Hello and welcome to Encore. I'm George, and I'm all by myself. Um, no, I just got back from seeing Big Hero 6, and I did see it with other people. I just didn't bring my camera with me because I didn't think we were actually going to see a movie, but we did, and we ended up seeing Big Hero 6, so I came back and I'm going to have to do this whole spiel on my own, like I always do. Okay, so let's talk about the movie, Big Hero 6. It is, it, I've been wrapping around my mind how exactly I'm going to explain because for some reason I'm having trouble trying to figure out how to exactly explain this movie because it's just there's a lot that happens in it. It's crazy, but it's so good. Okay, take that as like the whole base in this line to it. It's a good movie. So Big Hero 6 is based off of a graphic novel that Marvel published, from my understanding. And of course, since Disney owns Marvel now, they decided to do this graphic novel, which is really cool because that means like we'll be probably seeing a lot of like animated features coming from Disney and probably Pixar as well. There are these various other IPs that Marvel owns that we would never probably ever see a motion picture of them because they're not that big in Marvel's eyes when compared to the Avengers or Captain America, Hulk, and whatever. So that's really cool that we're gonna probably see a lot of these smaller IPs that no one's probably really knows a lot about, and that's always the cool stuff. So yeah, since it's of course based off of a Marvel thing, it's gonna have some sort of superheroes to it, which it does, but it's done in a really cool way. So it takes place in some sort of a future of it takes place in like the port of San Francisco, but it feels like it'd be taking place perhaps in like Japan or something like that. Just the way it presents itself, it has a lot of a couple of places that look very some stuff like San Francisco, but it looks like it could be Japan as well. So take that as you will. But it takes place in a more futuristic setting, and not too far in the future, but like in a future where robots and like technology is at like a level that it quite isn't at the moment, but it of course will be in maybe like 10 years or something like that. And it starts this kid Hero. Of course, his name has to be Hero. That's another reason why I thought it was Japanese, because the name Hero is such a Japanese name. But going on from that, where was I? It starts this kid Hero, and he does this illegal thing called bot battles, where it's a very seedy thing where you take your robots you made and you battle, you wager money, you win money on all that stuff. Very seedy shit. Like it, kind of like a lot of other things that are out there that are illegal kind of things, like cockfighting. I think is something that still goes on apparently, and shit like that. You know, very, black market-esque stuff. So anyways, he's interested in doing that, and he wants to do it as his career. And his brother, who goes to this, they call it a college, but it doesn't really feel like a college, but it's a technologies college where they basically try and develop new technology that can be useful to the general public for various things, and just where they can kind of, do what they are good at doing. Smart people with smart brains, or the nerd school as they quote unquote call it. So, his brother Tadashi, I'm surprised I remember that. Tadashi brings Hiro to his school to kind of show him it, which of course after seeing these various like cool things that the other students that are Tadashi's friends are working on, he's like, oh man, I gotta go here. So he has to go. They have like this for an acceptance thing where normally it'd be like you submit a letter and you go to like the interviews and whatever for college and universities. They have like some sort of a world science fair-esque thing where you basically bring some really cool technology, and if it's, is really interesting and wows the professors, then they accept you into it. So Hero brings these magnets that he can control with his mind, and have them create wherever he wants. And they're like these small microbots is what they call them. And he's like, oh yeah, you can use this for making construction a hell of a lot easier. Something that takes a lot of people to do can only take like one person now, and various other things. And it's like, oh, this looks really cool. And the animation, my god, I gotta diverge a little bit here, but the animation is so fluid and it's consistently going, and it's exactly what you really expect from Disney when it comes to their animation department. So it's just so cool to look at, which is definitely good, because if you're doing it with the fucking 3D animation models instead of hand drawn traditional 2D, you better come in with your A game on that, because whatever. Where was I? Okay, so he gets accepted, and everyone's really impressed, and by his micro bots and how they're being used and stuff like that. And as everyone's leaving the building explodes and catches on fire from something, and Tadashi runs in because one of the professors is still in there. So he goes in, or rather, the place is on fire, and then as soon as Tadashi goes in, it blows up and kills Tadashi. They pull a Bambi. Disney still does that. And I'm not even kidding. Like, it explodes, and then it cuts to a close-up on Tadashi's hat that fell on the steps, and you can hear Hiro being like, Tadashi, Tadashi! And it just like a slow zoom on this, and it fades to white, and then fades to black. It doesn't go the whole way where it's like, the next scene it's very happy and joyful. I was expecting it, though, after seeing the fade to white and black. But, anyways, Hiro becomes extremely unmotivated now to go to the college because his brother fucking died. And, I forgot to mention that before Tadashi died, and Tadashi was showing Hiro around, he showed Hiro what he's been working on, which is, of course, Betamax. Yeah, they call it Betamax, didn't they? I didn't realize that it was called Betamax. That's fucking awesome. But he shows him Betamax, which is basically a healthcare assistant robot that analyzes a subject and tries to help them and heal them and whatnot. It's actually a really cool idea. And so, anyways, going back to where we were before, here Tadashi's dead. Hiro's mourning, very unmotivated, and he accidentally stubs his foot on his bed, which to activate Betamax, you have to say ouch, or like some sort of sign that you're in pain or you're injured or whatever. So Betamax comes out, and basically from there, Hiro trains Betamax and also recruits his Tadashi's other friends, his other 4 friends, to becoming a superhero team to stopping this villain that he finds that has stole the microbots technology, which he thought all were destroyed in the fire. And then it just kind of a plot ravels from there. We're getting to extreme spoiler territory at this point, where the professor that was supposed to have died in the fire is actually alive and using the microbots to get revenge on this other guy who basically got his daughter killed. And they stop him, of course, and it gets really sad. There's a lot of really good, touching moments in this film, which I wasn't really expecting. I mean, they're not tear-jerking moments. It's not like where I kind of shed a tear, but I mean, like, you could definitely feel the impact of the scene, and that was really cool. It's very reassuring when you can get that powerful moment at any point, and they do it so well. So after spoiling that, if I said spoilers, I warned you guys. You know what Encore does. So, overall, like, Big Hero 6 is such a great animated movie, and it's definitely Disney quality. I mean, after Wreck-It Ralph, and I love that movie, and seeing this, I was definitely excited to see it. It was on my to-do list eventually. What did they do before this? Frozen. Frozen. For all the hype that's around Frozen, I did see Frozen, of course. It wasn't as good as I was led to believe. It's still a good movie. I think Big Hero 6 might be a tad bit better. Don't hate me for that. That's just my opinion. But Big Hero 6 is definitely a really good film. It takes everything you like about Marvel movies, where it has a lot of really good, well-made action scenes in it, but ties it in with the stuff we're well associated with Disney. Very touching scenes, very fluent animation, and like a very fun, enjoyable movie experience. So yeah, it was really good, and highly recommend seeing it if you haven't already seen it. So the other thing, we gotta talk about the short that was in front of it. It's a Disney staple, I swear. They of course they had a short in front of this, and I don't know, like, once again, going back to Wreck-It Ralph, when I saw Wreck-It Ralph, and they had the, it was Paper, I think it was called Paper Plane, what the short was called. That was such a fantastic short. I was like, this is like one of the best shorts they've ever had in front of their movies. It's almost better than the movie. It's worth the ticket price. It was that good, in my opinion. I can't remember what Frozen had in front of it. Probably goes to show how much I didn't care for it. But this one that was in front of Big Hero 6, Feast, I believe it was called. Oh my god, this film was so fucking hilarious and so touching. Because it censors around this dog that is a little puppy that's homeless. And this guy comes along and gives him some food and takes him home and feeds him. And you just get this, and like the short spans like this guy's life who has taken the dog in, but you barely ever see the guy. It's focused on how the dog views the world around him by the food he receives from his owner. And it is so fucking adorable. And it's like, it's all cel shaded as well, which I love cel shading. I really love that art style. And it's so fucking adorable. I couldn't get over that. And it gets to like this pivotal moment, spoilers again, where the owner gets a girlfriend, and the dog is really sad because the girlfriend kind of is, making all the food that is being eaten more healthy alternatives, such as healthy alternatives, whereas before the dog was being fed like pizza, meatballs, fries, like all the good, delicious stuff that, everyone really craves. And so the dog's really sad because he's not getting the stuff he really enjoys, or what he's come to expect, from it. So, and there's also garnishing as well. Of course there's fucking garnishing, it's fantastic. And then the owner, the guy owner, and the girlfriend have a dispute, and they break up. You don't know what it is, but you definitely know something happened. And the guy kind of gets into a slouch and starts eating all that crap food again. Well, not crap food, but eating like the same food he was before. And of course the dog's really excited because he gets the stuff he had before. And then he realizes his owner isn't quite himself. And it becomes, he more so notices, the dog notices, when the owner takes a piece of garnish that was on top of some food and just kind of stares at it, and the dog kind of realizes, oh, the owner really misses that person. So the dog takes the garnish and goes to meet the girlfriend, and the guy chases his dog, and the two get back together, And it just works so well. It's like this, 10-minute short, and it's fucking fantastic. Once again, it's well worth the ticket price just to see this 10-minute short. Because it's done so goddamn well. And with such a minimal amount of actual talking in it. Like, maybe 2 whole sentences are actually said in this 10-minute short. That's how good it is. Minus barking. Barking doesn't count as fucking sentences. But that's a really good short. I think that's like my new favorite short now is Feast. Feast, Paper Plane, and I really don't have anything beyond that. Those 2 are my favorites so far. So, yeah. Big Hero 6, fantastic. The short that was in front of it, fantastic. Like, I think this is definitely better than Frozen in a lot of ways. But my biggest complaint I could give is it felt like it went probably a bit too fast. The movie went a little too fast. Like, it probably could have greatly improved with maybe, say, an extra 10 minutes just to kind of pace a couple scenes. Because, like I said, things just happen really fast. And that's how you definitely know it's a very Marvel movie, because Marvel movies are action-based movies, so they do happen at a quicker pace. And you can definitely see that with this movie, is things happen at a very quick pace. And I really would like if maybe it took like even 5-10 minutes extra just to kind of like spread these quick scenes out a tad bit more so you can relish in it, because it does feel like the movie goes by really quickly. But that's my only complaint about it, really. I can't think of anything else that I did not like about this movie. It was a lot of fun. It was very enjoyable. I laughed a lot at this movie. It's funny. It's exciting to watch. I didn't see it in 3D, but while I was watching it, I didn't really see anything that was like popping out of the screen or anything like that. There was no like 3D gimmicks, so that's also really cool. I do have a really big gripe with 3D gimmicks unless it's done well or for a purpose, kind of like, Dread 3D. That's a movie you gotta see in 3D, because it looks beautiful in 3D. But this movie was fantastic, really good, highly recommended. If you haven't seen it, go fucking see it. And, yeah. Until next time. It's weird doing this on my own. It's scary and lonely.